John, I guess Sydney tomorrow night, seeing what they did to Melbourne, they could be quite a fearsome opponent.
Well, they played very good last game against the Victory. We were there to watch, so they will be heading over here with a lot of confidence. It's of course a result that will give them a big boost. For us now, it's important to make sure that we are prepared and that we continue in improving our game, what I think that we are. So it's going to be a very interesting game.
Were you surprised by that result?
Who wasn't surprised? I think it's a result that nobody had expected. You can lose a game, but yeah, 5-0 is of course quite a result playing away.
Was it more the fact the Victory were so lacklustre, or the fact that Sydney blew them off the park? What surprised you more?
Well, look, I've watched the game, and I think all things worked out very well for Sydney in the first 20 minutes. 22 minutes it was 3-0, and then after, you know that the game's almost played. Victory came out after halftime to try to get their goal, and then within 8 minutes they made the fourth goal. So then, yeah, of course, you know that it's done, and then it's difficult to play a game and to finish the 90 minutes in a proper way. So yeah, they have to bounce back, but that was their game. We have to focus on our own game. But I was there to watch Sydney, not Victory, and we prepared well this week. We trained well, so hopefully we can execute our game plan tomorrow and get a good result.
So the first 20 minutes, I guess, is pretty crucial.
Every minute is crucial. That's what we saw in Adelaide.
John, Del Piero, he bosses games here. Do people show him far too much respect? He's 39, he can barely run, yet he controls matches.
He's smart. He knows how to play the game. He knows where to find spaces, be important without making too many runs. And look, we have to have respect for a player like Del Piero. If you can decide so many games when you're 39 and be important for your team, then there's only one thing, and that's having respect for a player. We should have respect for the opponent, but when we're on the pitch, we're equal, and we have to make sure that we play our game and that we avoid that he can be the head figure of the game.
You've had a few days to think about that performance in Adelaide. What are your thoughts about it now? You've probably watched it again. Happy with the commitment shown by the team?
Yeah, the commitment, what I already said after the game, was good. Coming back from 1-0, leading to 1, and then of course we should try to keep on playing forward and not dropping backward. That happened actually with the last goal, and we talked about it. But overall I'm happy with the reaction of the players after 3 weeks. How we tried to change the way of playing and making steps forward, and that's just a side of looking at a result. I'm looking also at improvement of the team, and I think there's been a lot of improvement the last few weeks.
Where do you think the improvements come, John?
Well, I think in the approach of the way we want to play. So trying to get the ball back as quick as possible, to regain more ball possession, to create more chances, and to try to defend higher up the pitch. So all those things together, you can't do that in one day. But the boys are picking it up and trying to play it the way that I want.
Do you expect to get Patrick Gerhardt and David Williams back this week? Are they fit again?
They're fit. They're training. So we have a big group to make a choice from.
How likely is either one of those two to come into the starting lineup?
Well, that's something that I'm not going to say, but they're going to be part of the group.
Last time you played Sydney, you weren't the coach, but really, you probably could have had all 3 points. Do you take much out of that, or is that past history now because it's a new coach and a new setup?
Every game is different. That was a month ago. we're like 6 games further, I think, 7 games further, and a lot of things has happened, changed. They have made some changes. They had some bad results after that. We have made some changes in the way we play, and some players that are playing. So it's a totally different game.
What have you've spoken about the improvements of the team? What have you made of the goals you've conceded in probably the past couple of weeks in particular, and I suppose the way that they were conceded? Well,
look, we conceded goals. I remember immediately too, but from the set pieces that we have to be more aware of where we are and who we're marking. There has to be a lot more determination about winning a game or getting the point over to all the players, and sometimes they're hard lessons, and hopefully they learn from the lessons and make sure that the mistakes, because mistakes, there will always be mistakes, but that we make less mistakes the next time.
Has that been a big focus this week then, the set piece man marking and whatnot?
It's always a focus, and and it's even more a focus if the boys know it, that it happened. So you don't have to mention it too much because they know it, and we showed it and we talked about it, but don't put too much on that. We practice it, but still at the moment that it happens, it's an individual kind of thing what happened 2 times. So the players have to be switched on.
Ingela, 90 minutes this week, do you think?
We have to see. He's making progression. He had a hard game in Adelaide. He struggled. On the other hand, it's good. He wasn't satisfied about his performance, so that's normal. He was out for a long time. The positive is that he played almost an hour on a high level, that he's getting used now to the way of how the game is being played here. So he has to make a next step.
And Germano off the bench in Adelaide, good to have him back?
Very good to have Germano back as well. He brings something different to the team. He's very energetic, has a kind of South American aggressive way of playing in his style. So no, we're happy that they're both back.